Kevin with Healthcare for the Homeless. I've been working at the intersections of homelessness, health, and housing for about 3 decades, and I don't know if Tim and Don are still here, but I have to say that I have never, ever seen a piece of work with such a complete analysis like that film. So I want to commend you for it.
Hey everybody.
Don and Tim back on the road again.
Well, we've never really come off the road.
That's true. I guess we've been going at it for about 4 years now.
Yeah.
It's like we are on tour, like Steel Pulse.
Oh, the Pulse. Those who know, know. So we haven't done a behind the scenes episode for a long time, but a lot of life has gone by in the interim, so we can't wait to give you this update. The first thing I want to share with you guys, Tim and Becky have made me a new uncle. Tim Hashko, first-time father.
Well, thank you. I must admit, my wife Becky and my son Shay have made me a very happy man, and it's given me an even bigger reason to keep doing this work. Our social impact campaign is really growing. We started out averaging just over 100 people per event, and now we average 400 to 500.
We had one small town pack in 600 people. Another bigger city packed in 800. And our biggest screening so far has been 1,000 people. So imagine that. The general public coming to see a movie about homelessness. We were always told the public doesn't care, they don't want to talk about it, they don't want to see it. But we have always had a different point of view.
We always believe that it's not that the general public doesn't care about homelessness. They simply haven't had a chance to care.
I hadn't seen a film like that before.
It was eye-opening.
It made me cry. It made me think.
It really knocked me out.
Very informative. It gave me hope.
Thanks to all the people that worked on this, because it is desperately needed.
Homelessness is typically presented as a very hopeless issue, but our film is hopeful. And the solution that we present in our film is inspiring and empowering for every community, big or small, to follow a blueprint shown in the film to solve the crisis of homelessness in their city.
As of May, we've completed 18 of 40 planned impact campaign events. But something extraordinary happened, very unexpected. We now have 200 requests for additional screenings all across the nation.
Not all of these will happen logistically, but we have been able to add 10 extra events, which brings the total to 28 social impact events to date.
So excited to have all of you here tonight for our very own screening of Beyond the Bridge.
We also licensed the film for those who want to show it to their staff, to elected officials, business leaders, faith leaders, university classrooms. We've done 11 of those so far. Also, Beyond the Bridge has been shown in 5 conferences. So overall, as of May, Beyond the Bridge has been shown in 44 different settings.
And counting fast.
The beauty of this film tonight is that we'll see humanity.
First thing about this film is like, you see me. You see me. You know how long I was invisible?
It's needed in every boardroom. It's needed on every platform of government. It doesn't matter if you're a Democrat or Republican. It doesn't matter if you're a Christian or you're not. Everyone needs to see it.
Let this film and this discussion this evening set the tone and be the catalyst for a unified Indianapolis, committed to housing first as the way we move from managing homelessness to ending it.
The community events are more like town hall meetings. We empower communities to take ownership of their event to address local issues.
The screening and panel discussion are at 7 p.m. tonight at the Fargo Theater.
It's at Hannaford Hall on the University of Southern Maine Portland campus.
Here in Columbus next week.
It's called Beyond the Bridge. The filmmakers explore how some U.S. cities have decreased the number of people living on their street.
Now that the community is assembled, everyone sits down together to watch the film. And the film does its work to show not only is homelessness solvable, but here's how to solve it. After the film, there's a panel and Q&A to discuss how to win the fight against homelessness in their community.
What are some things that you're seeing right now that could make this possible for us here in Indianapolis?
There's actually housing available here. We just haven't figured out how to put that all together.
We do a lot of great work in silos. It's the system that we must begin to address.
We can do this here. There's no reason we cannot do this here.
Are we working effectively together in Burlington and in Vermont?
We talk about successes, but whatever we're doing right now isn't working.
Thank you all so much for coming on out and experiencing this moving, inspirational, thoughtful, wise film. It is a great testament, I think, to our community that so many of you did come here.
On the surface of all of it, there is conversation that can be interpreted as collaboration, but deep collaboration that a community needs, rarely a community gets to that level.
In our community, in our small community of Santa Cruz County, we are very collaborative, but it often tends to be transactional collaboration. In order for this model to work, we need to shift from transactional collaboration to transformational, synergistic collaboration.
We're not quite all working together yet.
This isn't a problem that the city government or our foundations or state government or federal government is going to solve alone. That collectively together, we have the power, the will, and the resources to do that.
And so that is what I'm hoping this movie and this conversation will kickstart, is having a more holistic conversation so we're all on the same page.
You guys can absolutely do it. We want to be able to brag about you guys around the country, so we really want you to do this.
And we want to be able to say that you were the ones who got us to do it.
We have to address the dinosaur in the room. There is an attack by both the current administration and certain think tanks on Housing First.
In our film, we separate real Housing First from Housing First in name only. These attacks are based on Housing First programs in name only.
So for the record, Housing First is housing and supportive services, not housing and inadequate services, and certainly not housing only. The success of Housing First is not in dispute. It's not in dispute. It is supported by both anecdotal and randomized studies that have been conducted both here and abroad. Housing First is an evidence-based solution.
In fact, there's like 6, I'm not kidding, they're called meta-analyses, and it's deeply meta. It's analyses of the analyses, because there are so many analyses, you have to start to now analyze the analyses. And these 6 have shown pretty systematically that Housing First programs reduce homelessness by 88% on average.
But the mistake Housing First advocates made in the very beginning was to claim that Housing First will end homelessness in America. Housing First cannot do that. It's a solution for those people who are homeless. And why people become homeless is a completely different conversation with an unrelated set of variables.
Like lack of affordable housing, housing discrimination based on race and personal histories, a lack of a living wage, lack of mental health services. There's a whole long list of upstream drivers of homelessness that have to be successfully addressed before downstream solutions like Housing First can reduce the numbers.
Beyond the Bridge is a film about how communities come together and collaborate both on the upstream and downstream to solve their homelessness crisis. If you'd like Beyond the Bridge to come to your community, there are several ways that can happen. Fill out Request a Screening form on our website and we'll get back to you.
And we'd like to send out our heartfelt gratitude to the Melville Charitable Trust and the Cooper Housing Institute for making this impact campaign possible. And for those who have welcomed us into your community, it's been amazing meeting so many new friends. Thank you for enriching our lives.
And for those experiencing homelessness, we sincerely hope that an opportunity for a better life comes your way soon.
Yeah. Be well.